Alright, so starting out our morning, we're back on the old 345, trying to figure out fan speed. If that's our issue, what's causing our overheat? Well, first and foremost, we got the valve put in and started to adjust it. Alright, so you guys see there, with the tach, we're well over 1300. The spec is roughly 1300 to about 1380 at high idle. So that's good. We've been through the calibration process, yet let the machine run. 45 minutes and it starts to overheat. Well, what'd we find? Well, surprise, surprise, this cap right here wasn't designed for this machine. The rating is right, but yet when you take the cap off, zero pressure. That's an issue. Need coolant pressure. 1055 with a NOx efficiency code. Fucking surprise. Right behind me, the DEF injector. Let's take a look. Looks like it's cracked and leaking. Oh no. Alright, so right behind me is the SCR. And it looks like that. The whole fucking way. So it looks like this thing's going to get a DEF injector and a hell of a lot of recovery procedures to get that shit burnt out. Having great time, my friends. Having great times. Alright, so let's get into this trash-ass Perkins 1.7 liter. Now, customer state's got an hour on it, and the machine was delivered, got on site, and then it just shut off. Well, why? So right here is an exploded view of the governor assembly. So right here, this gets pinned right to your injection pump. This rod right here essentially controls the shutdown and startup of this injection pump. I've had this happen to me one other time before, and this was years and years ago on a CB whatever mini dual drum roller. Long and short of it, it just gets stuck in there. There's no rhyme or reason behind it. It just does. And then once you loosen it up, you probably will never have to worry about it again. But just more fun bullshit. If you're ever working on these 1.7s, you get a no start. Just take the oil fill cap off and see if that rod will move in and out freely. Just the more you know. We got a DEF injector, we got 1055, and field service umbrella out today, boys. Let's get this shit going. Man, already puffing. Yay! Burn some shit down. Everybody, stand back. Well, you gotta reach 140 degrees somehow. Gonna block this off a little bit. And after a very lengthy recovery procedure, as you guys can see, it's empty. There you go. So it's all cleaned out. Did a couple of updates as well, software-wise, so I can actually read NOx parts per million, which is awesome. And also ran through a functional test a couple of times to validate everything was good, no fault code returns, none of that shit, so everything is good. Alright boys, so we're on day 45 of trying to get the damn fan speed control right on this 345 piece. So we're having a great day. It's fucking raining, by the way. So if you're ever calibrating the fan on one of these, first and foremost get you this group right here. Not the pocket ones, because they are fucking trash and mislead you. Alright, so here is basically the pressure compensator for the fan control valve. Now, we replaced the solenoid, like I said previously, and it went to this one, which is the updated one. There's your updated part number. Now, there is an adjustment on here, which, again, Cat never says shit about it, but right back in here is your pressure compensator as your adjuster. Now, if you read into replacing a solenoid, it just says replace solenoid. It never says anything about adjusting it. It says if you're going to adjust fan speed, you're going to do it off of the pressure relief valve. All right, cool. Well, you adjust that and get nothing out of it. You start adjusting the pressure compensator, and all of a sudden, man, does that thing wake up and stroke the hell out of that pump. So, the more you know. I'm retarded. You can always tell when a machine is properly serviced. I mean, the filters look immaculate when you pull them out. You can always tell when the CCV filter's been replaced because it's always clean and no signs of dirt or oil leakage. Yeah. By the way, don't worry about changing those CCV filters. I mean, this right here, the new ones, they're supposed to look like this anyway. That is some good looking fuel right there. All right, boys. So I got to talk to my field guys out there. You ever wake up in the morning, check your work phone, get an email, right? Emails from a sales guy stating a machine's down because you just serviced it. And yeah, I'm not exactly thrilled by statements like that. Don't ever start out your sentence of, you just serviced machine, now it doesn't do this. Okay, you're starting to sound like an automotive fucking customer now. Ever since you changed my brakes, my fucking horn don't work. You know, that kind of dumb shit, you know. Not how I want to start my morning out, but here we fucking go. Have a good day, boy. And we're starting the morning out, having to pull that shit. Doing an injector harness with old Uncle Joshy this morning. Let's fucking go.
Fly, Greta, fly.
Alright, so the really weird reason why we're changing the injector harness on this guy is oil intrusion, but it's on the actual coolant temp sensor side, which I've never seen before. I'm used to it on the opposing side where actually the injectors go in, but this one was kind of a weird deal. Injector harness put on, got it running, no issues. So kind of one of those weird finds that if your coolant temperature sensor is kind of jumping around 400, 200, back and forth, check the connector. You may have oil in there. The more you know. And just like that, boys, we put back together. God damn. Smack dab in the middle of the fucking road here. Yep. Boom, lift down. What could it be? Maybe if you don't run the machine out of fuel and then leave it in the middle of the road, maybe you wouldn't have any low power issues. It's kind of weird. But yeah, customer complaint was initially was there was no function. Well, we confirmed, I'm obviously in the air, this thing works. The second complaint afterwards was it was low on power and then it stalled. And then it was stuck in the middle of the road. Well, if you add fuel, which they did afterwards, guess what? It started and ran. It hard started like it had been low on fuel. So that's my problem. That's the solution. Machine's back up and running. Yay.
Oh, a CP3 want to have disco party. Ugh.
What do I see in the return filter here? Yeah, that's looking like some metal. Maybe CP3 gonna die. Great.